Hey YouTubers, I got a very different video for you here today. We moved into this house in 2003 and it was built in 1999. So we've been here over 20 years, and over those years we've made a lot of changes and what we consider to be improvements to the house to make it more ours and make it where we like it more. One of the things we never cared for when we moved into the house was the tile in the master bath and some of the other things in the master bath. And so we're finally in a position to do something about that. And so I've got some before photos here I'm going to share with you. But the bathroom was in its original state, how the original owners designed it and decorated it. And then we made changes to it that we've had for quite some time. And we're finally have the budget and the time and what have you. We're finally going to make it into what we always wanted it to be. And so I want to share that with you. And I've got some photos here of the original bathroom. As you'll see in those photos, the original color was a very dark hunter green. And the wallpaper was not put up very well. There were a lot of gaps in the wallpaper where you could see white seams in between the strips of wallpaper. One of the other design choices that was made was the hardware on everything was shiny brass, and it wasn't even very good quality hardware. Now this is a cabinet that's outside the bathroom, between the bathroom and the closet, and it's pretty typical of the cabinetry in the house. There was a cabinet maker who did everything in the house, and the doors are nothing more than MDF that's been milled with a design in them and then painted. And like I said, all the hardware originally was cheap shiny brass. I've replaced everything over the years with this brushed nickel look. One of the big disappointments in all the cabinets in the house is they use these old cheap style hinges that are exposed. And I don't know if the cabinet maker didn't know how to do the hidden European hinges, or if the original homeowner decided to save a few bucks and use these type hinges instead. I changed out the brass for brushed nickel, but I never have liked the looks of those. And so part of our bathroom renovation is we're going to get these doors replaced to match our new bathroom vanity, and it's going to have the hidden European style hinges. Okay, now as I said, originally the bathroom was a very, very dark hunter green. I mean, it was really dark in here. And I chose a yellow color. I actually intended it for it to be a little bit more of a cream color. It came out a more intense yellow than I intended, but this really did brighten up the bathroom and made it kind of cheery, and it served us well for many, many years. But we're going to redo everything in here. This whole room is going pretty much back to the studs, and let me walk you through some of the changes we're going to make. So there'll be a new vanity installed, and it's going to be about the size of this one. It's going to be what's called a break front vanity. So the center portion here is going to extend out a couple of inches, just so it's not just such a long straight strip. It'll kind of break that up a little bit and make it look a little nicer, I hope. The doors are going to be a shaker style cabinet door. This space here, which is currently just wasted space behind this false front, the cabinet's going to be made sort of upside down from how these are. The new doors are going to come all the way to the top, and there will be an extra drawer at the bottom underneath the doors, and so there'll be no wasted space. All of the hardware is going to be different. I've gone to a brushed nickel instead of the chrome. Originally they had the bright shiny brass in here, and we swapped it out for the chrome. It was a big improvement and it fit our budget well, but we're going a little bit more upscale the next time around. The countertop here is a man-made acrylic, and it started to yellow in a few places, and that's going to be replaced with a granite countertop. We're getting rid of this huge mirror that goes all the way to the ceiling, and we're coming back with a more normal size mirror that'll have a frame on it. These lights are going away, and we're going to have can lights installed instead. Our contractor assures us the can lights will give us all the light we'll need, and we don't need wall fixtures any longer. Okay, this tub over here is enormous. We have a 50-gallon hot water heater, and it's a new heater, and it can't make enough hot water to fill this tub. I mean, this thing is just ridiculously big. Don't pay any attention to that cat toy down there. He likes to chase it around the bathtub sometimes. This is also a jacuzzi style tub, which I would not recommend. I know they've come a long way since this one was made, but this one was just terrible. So much water sits in the pipes underneath the tub and gets kind of funky, and so when you turn it on, it coughs up all this junk, and so you have to fill it with water and run it and drain it and clean it, and do that a couple of times every time you want to use it if you don't use it frequently. So we're going to replace that with just a nice freestanding tub. Okay, this wall here is going to be cut down to about this height, and the faucets for the tub are going to come out of this wall and go into the tub, but from here up we're going to cap this with a piece of granite just like what is on the countertop, and then it'll be glass from there up. This is our shower, which is just your run-of-the-mill fiberglass shower. And so that comes out, that's going to be replaced with a tile shower, which will have a bench and a grab bar, and it's going to be very nicely made. And we're also going to extend the new shower all the way out to this wall. Now this electrical here will have to be relocated because this wall goes away, and so we'll have glass here on where this wall is now, and then of course the front of the shower will be glass. And so when it's done, it'll be about 4 foot square, maybe a little bit bigger than that. Okay, up here, our heat, vent, and light, it still works fine, but it's been here for about 15 years. That's going to get moved over to the right so that it won't overhang the shower. It'll be out in the space when you step out of the shower. Okay, these towel racks are going to go away. We've got a towel warmer that's going to go here. It's about, I believe it's about 48 inches high with a shelf on top. And so that's going to go here. The switches that are on this wall here get relocated over here, and that's going to give us our power source to go ahead and power that towel warmer. And so here's our toilet room here, and this is not going to change much. We're going to put in one of the new water efficient toilets, and of course it'll get painted like everything else. But the real biggie is we're finally going to get rid of this tile. We have never liked this tile. The grout on it is just, the grout lines are huge. They're bigger than your thumb, and it's impossible to keep clean. And so we're really looking forward to getting rid of this tile and putting down some different tile. So the whole bathroom is going to get a nice refresh, and we think it's going to be a lot nicer when it's done. And so really looking forward to that. The contractor is supposed to be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow, so I can't wait for that to get started. There's another little thing I want to show you in the other downstairs bathroom. So here's the other downstairs bathroom. Now I've stripped off all the wallpaper and repainted the crown molding in the ceilings, and that's as far as I'm going to get on this, because you'll see that there's carpet in this first part, which I always thought was weird, and then tile in there. And that tile and this carpet is going to get replaced with the same tile we're putting in the master bathroom. You'll see there's also some brass trim left here, and I'm going to have to leave the brass because the tub and shower has this shiny brass hardware, and this is made by Delta, but they don't make two-handle faucets like this anymore. All of your new handles are a single unit, or if you do find a two-handle unit, the valves are built where they're pressure regulating, so that if somebody flushes a commode, you don't suddenly get a much hotter shower. This is sort of old school, and they don't sell this type of hardware anymore, or I'm sorry, they don't sell this type of valve anymore, and it's very hard to find hardware to fit it. And so to keep things on budget, we're going to spend our money in the master bath, and in here we're just going to leave this like it is. And we're just going to kind of accept the brass and come back in with brass accessories. We're going to get the brushed brass finish, which it seems like the tones on the new stuff is a little dialed back and not as intense an orangey color as what's in here. So we're going to keep the vanity, just going to put new knobs on it, new faucet. We'll change out the light fixture. We'll paint the room. You'll see there's some remnants of wallpaper behind the commode and behind the light fixture there. And so this room is just getting a new floor and a refresh. And like I say, we're going to keep our budget pretty tight on this. Not much money's going into this, but we're hoping it'll make it nice. One of the other things I did have to do is when I removed the grill from the heater vent fan there, it had become very yellowed. And you can buy a new cover, but it's $70. And so I just spray painted that white. We'll see. I'm not sure how that's going to work with the heater. If when you turn on the heater for an extended period of time, if that's going to make the paint wrinkle up or something, we'll just see how that goes and deal with it as we need to.